Hi. Hi, everybody. How are you? I hope you're all doing well. It's been a crazy time for me lately. So, as y'all might have noticed, we're a little bit different. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta switch my screen thing. There we go. That's better. Okay, I'm doing OBS a little bit differently. As always, I'm fiddling with things, so, you gotta have patience with me here. I'm always messing with something, always trying to improve things. So, as you may have noticed, we are different. We are now going by the title Grow the Info. Our URL for the website is going to be changing soon. I have not changed it yet, so for right now you can still find us at thedailygreens.org. And if you hit the big red subscribe button here on YouTube, then you'll just be able to find us and watch us no matter what name we have. And if you follow us on Twitter, then I think even if we change the @ name, then it should still work. But I wanted to quickly go over why I changed it and stuff, do a little bit of an explanation and an update. And then we will get into sharing some sources with you on how to get the government information on their GMO projects. So if you are interested in that, then make sure you keep watching, because that's good stuff. We all like knowing what's going on with our food, right? And it will also tell you what kinds of other things they're doing with your food too, not just GMO, but like if they're adding different pesticides, or if they're coming out with a new product, which they have recently, to put on food. So make sure you keep watching if you're interested in that. But first, I wanted to say that we just decided to change our name from the Daily Greens to Grow the Info, because first of all, there was an established company already with the name The Daily Greens, and Daily Greens, if you look it up on Google or on YouTube or anything like that, then it comes up with a lot of health and nutrition stuff, and that's kind of first, which when I came up with the name, that's kind of what it was supposed to be like. It was supposed to be, okay, here's your daily dose of information that you need. It might not taste the best, it might not be what you like, but it's good information to have, and it will help you grow, kind of that kind of idea. So, that is where the name came from in the first place. And I had originally started the Daily Greens hoping that I would have a few friends be able to help me with it. and that didn't end up happening. So, like, it started off as something that was going to change anyway. I knew that the Daily Greens was not a name that was going to stick, and my personal channel is Little Green Kitty, and I don't actually want the name green in it. Obviously, I love the color green, and here in America, the Green Party usually is the independent party. You know, we have the red Republican and the blue Democrat, and then in the middle, the independent's usually the green. And I wanted this to be like a spot for independence, you know. So that's I wanted the green thing for that, but I didn't actually like. I don't want it to just be about me. I don't want it to have my name in it too much, because it's not about me. It's about us, we the people. It's about wanting to grow together. So that's my mission with the channel, and obviously it's been just me right now. I do want to have on some other people, but currently right now I've had some health stuff that I've been battling for over a year, but I had some of it recently fixed, which is great, but I've been healing from that, and then I have some other kind of like permanent things that I can't, there's no treatment for, so I just kind of have to deal with that on an ongoing basis. And so because of that, it's hard for me to do things in a daily manner, and it's hard for me to set up a good schedule and to be like the person pulling everybody together like I wanted. But I can still provide all of the information that I can get to all of you guys. So that is what I'm going to be focused on. So it's going to be more of the same of what you've been seeing on the channel. That's not going to change. It's just that the name is going to change, and if you happen to have seen the website back when it first launched, then it's a little bit different. But I mean, nobody really went to the website back then. It was kind of just me and a couple other people, and so, you know. So none of that's going to change. But I thought Grow the Info kind of spoke to the mission of what I'm trying to do here a little bit more. And the hashtag that I use all over the place is hashtag information to the people. So it kind of, you know, just went a little bit better. You know, you can help support the proliferation of information and, you know, grow the info. So that's that. But it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be the same stuff. I want to report things, you know, and I want to talk about my opinion some, but I don't want to just have people relying on me for information. I want to give you my sources, which is what I am about to do here in a moment. I want to give you the source, so that whether you're an individual that's not worried about spreading any kind of information, or if you are somebody that's an independent journalist and you have your own YouTube channel and you're trying to get info too, I want you to know all of these places to go to, because these are the sources that the MSM uses. The difference between what we see happening with the mainstream media and why they're considered like official journalisty and all that kind of stuff, and, you know, YouTubers, a lot of YouTubers, and in the truther community especially, the difference between the two is oftentimes that the mainstream media, they have sources in the government, or they know people that work in the government, so they have the sources that are being released from the government themselves, and then they also have sources that when they do reporting and they say, oh, our sources said this and unconfirmed sources told us this, they have those sources as well. So for a YouTuber, especially for a truther, to try to be talking about what's going on in the world, we oftentimes have to be using the mainstream media sources. You know, we're just reading off Fox News or CNN articles, or just playing their videos. And that, to a large portion of the country, isn't exactly journalism. It's news aggregation. Like, you're bringing the news to people, but you're not actually reporting on it yourself. So I want to make sure that you guys have the sources that the mainstream media has, so you don't have to, you know, use Fox and CNN articles, and you don't have to play the videos that you're worried about getting copyright restrictions from and everything. This informational, the stuff that they use, that they put out publicly, is available to the public. It's just hard to find. Our government makes it very hard to find. So I'm kind of good at playing around on government websites, so I figure I'm good at that. That is what I can do. I can't cover stuff like breaking news all the time. I can't do it in a daily manner, probably, but I can show you how to get the information yourself, and hope that all of the truthers that are out there can, start using those sources too, so they don't have to worry about getting flagged with copyright, because YouTube is going to keep squashing more and more with that kind of stuff. I'm surprised that there aren't people right now getting flagged immediately whenever they show the articles on the websites and stuff, and you have the ads and the logos and everything that are showing, and the YouTube videos. Also, a quick tip, if you are playing other people's YouTube videos or MSM videos or whatever on your channel, even if you're live streaming them, you can click the little settings wheel and you can change the playback speed. And when you change that, then the algorithm might not be able to catch it as quickly and give you a copyright strike. So, little quick tip. But okay, enough of me blabbing and talking about all the Jeezy jazz. Let's get into the source drop that I'm going to do. So everybody wants to know about what's going on with the food and the GMO. I know I do. If you've been living under a rock, GMO means genetically modified organism. And of course, pretty much most things that are growing and living have been genetically modified in some way. But usually we like that to happen in nature. When two different kinds of genetics come together, then, it's a combination of two. But scientists, I hope you know all of this already, but in case you don't, scientists like to take DNA from different kinds of plants, or sometimes even like scorpion DNA and stuff, and they put it into plants to try to ward off certain pests or certain kinds of diseases. And a lot of people are against GMO, so I thought that I should show you how to get the information on the different projects that the government is undertaking, and how to find out if there are projects near you, and what projects are going on at all the facilities and all that kind of stuff, because the government is legally supposed to make a lot of this information public, but as I said, they like to make it very, very difficult. So, alright, first of all, let me see if there's anybody watching. Hello? Anybody in the chat? There's nobody in the chat. Hi, anyway. Hi, guys. Hello. Hello, replayers of the future. Hello, the future. Okay. So, let's switch over to this thing. Alright. And this window. Okay. The website that you are going to need to go to is ars.usda.gov. If you can't remember that, there are links on our website, and we are still, as I said, under thedailygreens.org. You can look in our resources section, and we do have links to the USDA and the Agricultural Research Service, which is this website. So on the ars.usda.gov website, you can see it says Research, Media, About, and Work with Us. So let's click on Research, and on National Programs. So you can see here, it lists all of the different things that they're doing. You can see human nutrition and information that they come out with. And by the way, they do change the kinds of nutrition and food safety and quality kinds of inspections and rules and everything that are out there. So if you're interested in this kind of stuff, they do come out with newsletters. There's a spot on the homepage to be able to sign up for a newsletter from them to get all kinds of good information. So I highly suggest doing that if you are a journalist or alt media, or you just are interested in what they're doing to your food. So under crop production and protection, we're going to click on plant genetic resources, genomics, and genetic improvement. And this is going to give us a little overview. Their vision statement is furnishing genetic, genomic, and bioinformatic tools, information, and genetic resources to enhance American agricultural productivity and ensure a high quality, safe supply of food, fiber, feed, ornamentals, and industrial products. And their mission statement is pretty much the same. The research components are crop genetic improvement, genetic and genomic resources and information management, and biological and molecular processes. So right here you can see I have Flash Player blocked, but apparently it does show you a map with different states to possibly be able to click to see related projects in these states. But if you have your Flash Player blocked, or if you're on a device that does not show it, then no worries, you can just scroll on down. And on the left, you'll see project information, and you can see a list of projects in this program, and we're going to click on that. And right here, I'm sorry if I'm talking too fast. Right here, you can select active, terminated, or expired. So I have only looked up a few of the active ones, but I am curious to see what projects have been terminated and why. But if you are looking, I'm going to show you quick how to find stuff in your area. So we'll just leave it under active. You can leave a name where it has all of the people listed. It already has them all pre-selected, so just leave that alone. And under project types, all project types is fine. If you're interested in something specific that, I'm not going to go into the whole explanation of all of these different types of grants and everything, but pretty much what this is these are different amounts that the government is involved. So the government might give them like a grant amount, and they are in control of like everything that's happening with the project, or they might give the company like a smaller amount and only have a limited control over what's happening. Because our government, of course, it's not like there's like government science research centers that are completely government run. The government pays for services through other companies. So these are different amounts that the government is in control of the project that is happening. So we're just going to leave it under all project types for now. But if you get into that, that is very interesting as well to see, you know, how much it's oftentimes the government is negotiating with a company regarding how much money they're going to get and how much control they have. So it's kind of interesting to see where they end up deciding, you know, they should go. And under location is where you can find the area that's near you. However, it is alphabetical by city, not by state. So, like, I mean, you can see all the states are all over, but it's alphabetical by city. I just said that. But let's go with, let's see, where's an interesting one? Where's the Oklahoma, Stillwater, Oklahoma one? Because they just had, oh, well, it's alphabetical, duh. I'm not all here today. So Stillwater, Oklahoma, show all projects, yes. Sort by, let's do project type. And it refreshes, and you might think it didn't work because it just pulls up the same thing, but you just scroll down and there it is. And it has, you can see it has all of the genetic projects that are going on at that facility. And at this particular one in Stillwater, Oklahoma, they have a lot of grain research that they are doing and a lot of GMO stuff regarding wheat and peanuts and other field crops, as it says right there. But it's very interesting to look at these, and when you do, it will show you, it tells you the objective, and then it tells you the approach, and if they have, there are different stages in each project that they will have to put out a report regarding what they have found already. So when they release that, they will put that down here as well. But you can see within the objective, they give you the genotype, the phenotype, they give you all kinds of information. So you do, if you're going to read this and be able to exactly understand what they're talking about, you might need to have a little bit of scientific know-how under your belt. But I mean, you know, Google's your friend. So I suggest, like, look into this. If you read it and you're like, what are they talking about? Just seriously, just start Googling terms, and YouTube, there's plenty of YouTube videos on genetics and stuff and how they do GMO different things and what genotype and phenotype mean and all those things. So just, you know, look it up. I mean, they have so many biosafety committee, all kinds of things. And then I guess while we're at it, let's go back to the home page. So that's how you find out about the different projects and what ones are in your area. But on the home page, they will have different stories down here about projects that they are proud of, you know, or different things that they are undertaking. And I don't see it on here right now, so I'm going to have to look for it. But they did come out recently with a new product, which is a combination of vitamin C and calcium that they have formulated to put on sliced apples to extend the shelf life, which, you know, sounds wonderful and amazing. It's just vitamin C and calcium. Those are things that our body needs. But of course, if you have too much calcium, then that can be an issue. And in the press release that I had sent to me, it did not state what kind of calcium. And kind of calcium actually does make a difference to your body. Your body absorbs dietary calciums differently than it does supplemental calciums. There have been a lot of research on that. So I have like all the information pulled up to do a whole video on that too. And I have already recorded the walkthrough on how to get all of this GMO information, but sitting down at the computer that I have to be able to edit is not good for my health issues. Right now I'm standing up at a computer, so that's why I'm able to talk and move, and it's a lot better. But the computer that I use to edit, I have to usually sit down. I don't have a spot to have it to where I can stand and comfortably use it, and my lower back, the base of my spine, also called your tailbone, is permanently broken, so sitting for any length of time is like horrible for me. So I am hopefully going to do, I always say this, but I will try to in some way put out the information on the different types of calcium too, but I'm not going to keep the information to myself right now. You can easily find it if you look on the CDC and the different government websites. They have done research on different kinds of calcium and how it interacts with your body. They already have the research on it. So I find it interesting. I always say interesting, but it is very interesting that the government's like, hey, we came out with this new coating to put on sliced apples to extend their shelf life. I mean, why is that even, like, for real? Like, McDonald's is the only place that has sliced apples just sitting around, and like those party trays at Walmart. But do we really need to worry that much about coming up with a special coating for these sliced apples? Like, nobody even buys them. At least not nobody that I know. People have gone around just picking up an apple and eating it for how long? And why can't you have a knife with you? You should have a knife with you anyway, in my opinion. So, I don't know. Whatever. I understand increasing shelf life is always, good, but, I mean, really, the only people that's helping is, like, Walmart and McDonald's. And I'm just saying, I think that maybe the research money could be spent on something other than prolonging the life of sliced apples. Just my opinion. So thank you for joining, everybody. And again, that website is ars.usda.gov. And let me go ahead and show you where you can find it on our website as well. Okay, so we are still under the dailygreens.org, and so it still says the Daily Greens on here. But at the top, if you click on resources, this is where I try to list some government departments and stuff. Most of these have subscription services for you to subscribe to a newsletter that gets sent directly to your inbox with press releases. So, just FYI. But right here you can see I have the Department of Agriculture and the USDA, because people call it different things. So in case anybody gets confused, those are the same thing, but they're just listed separately, listed twice. And underneath it is Agricultural Research Service. If you only remember USDA.gov, then you can, under here, if you go under Our Agency and go to Agencies, then you can just click on Agricultural Research Service and it will bring you to the same website. You know what? And I was looking for that article about the stuff on the apples on the USDA site and not the ARS site, but I don't see it on here either. I have it bookmarked on my other computer that I hate going on right now. I'll have to pull that off of there. Alrighty, so I will link, now that I'm done with the stream, I will link the ARS website down below for you, but it's very easy, ars.usda.gov. And so thank you so much for watching, everybody. And if you like the content, please hit the subscribe button. That way, no matter what name I decide to put on the channel, then you will find our videos. And if you hit the bell notification icon, then you'll get notified whenever we put out a video or go live. So make sure you do that as well. And let me know what you think about the name change. Like, is it silly? I mean, the Daily Greens wasn't any better. I don't know. I think Grow the Info speaks a little bit more to what I'm doing. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Let me know what you think. And hit that thumbs up button if you could. We would much appreciate it, because that obviously helps support the algorithms to promote information. Now I'm all about promoting the information and getting the information to you guys. Thank you for watching, everybody. I know I've said that like 500 times, but now I'm going to end the stream. Have a wonderful day.